explanation, but I feel if I'm going to try to do the diet, I call diet, is hard. Especially now that we human beings are suffering of many different conditions because our terrain or our body is out of balance. It's very important for us not to eat so much carbohydrate and so much sweet and eat a food that is more balanced. In order to regain the pH, the normal pH that we need in order to be healthy. And then I will say that the principle of the living food lifestyle is to prepare the raw food in a way that is easy to digest. And we are going to eat more greens. This is a time in our history that we have to eat more greens, like 80% greens. But and then you say, what is the myth about carbohydrate? Do I really need carbohydrate because then I won't be able to function and I'm not going to have energy? And then I need carbohydrate from seeds and I need to eat a lot of cereals, right? People are thinking like that. And they eat more crackers and cereals and nuts than greens. Then what I'm going to respond to you is to eat more greens. You can eat some cereals and look at which type you can eat. If you see that we are depleted, so allergic reactions and you have headache and you're feeling weak and tired, that is a sign that you have to decrease so much sweet and carbohydrate. I believe that in the way that our society is now and all the symptoms that we have, we should eat more greens, and I will say 5-10% of fat, and then we can eat 10-15 of carbohydrates. That's what we consider carbohydrates. You can eat some grains, and maybe you look for low glycemic grains. Maybe you decrease the wheat. The wheat is something that we have to talk now seriously because all the problem that we have with wheat. But then you see, if I am proposing you to eat more greens, then some grains or some crackers that you could prepare and dehydrate, and then some fat. For me, that is the balance. I don't know if you want to add something.
Yeah, I'll just add something to the fat content. I've been raw for 20 years now, and when I started, I mean, it was all Anna Wigmore books and Victoria Kulbinska's. And really that was going back to the Living Foods lifestyle, really focusing on chlorophyll-rich foods such as wheatgrass, sprouts, and just easy to digest nourishment. I see it now where, and it's great that we have like we have like fast and convenient, crackers and gourmet stuff, but what I see these days are a lot of very unhealthy raw foodists that are just getting stuck in all the gourmet. So I'd really recommend the ideal, really, lifestyle for me is the living foods, the sprouts, wheatgrass, algae, sauerkraut, fermented foods, and then giving yourself room to play. Because let's face it, we like to, food does revolve, we socialize around food, and you want to make it fun as well and accessible, but definitely less fat, like Lalisa said, about 5% fat, and then just really focusing on the living foods, greens.
I have personally met people who have been on the 80-10-10 diet and they don't have a tooth left in their mouth, and I've met many of them. So I disagree with the 80-10-10 from the beginning to the end. I mean, there's some things in there that are, beneficial overall, but just trying to live on food like say in a tropical paradise, it doesn't work for us. And I don't think we can do it at this time. I agree with Lalita about the green leafy vegetables, and also just regular vegetables are wonderful besides the green leafy vegetables. And so definitely I would put a big break on 80-10-10. And on my website, okay, it's 80% carbohydrate like fruit, 10% protein, and 10% fat. And on my website, which is rawfoodinfo.com, I have a section there where I talk about 80-10-10, really extendedly, and I talked to a lot of people that were on it, and a lot of people have shared their experiences there. So I invite you to go and look at that. It's in the letters section. There's a section called Real Letters from Real People. And so if I can prevent you from doing that misstep, it would be really great. Just be, you know, nature has such diversity. There's such diversity. We don't have to stick to one food. We can, it's just when you look into it, there's so many fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, and leafy greens, and sea vegetables. There's so much out there. Just have a wide variety of raw foods. Don't try to limit it to just carbohydrates. And I do disagree a little bit with Lalita, and I think